Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again. Here to bring you another video. This one's going to be talking about The Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 2, and discussing who I and we think killed Karen and Dave. Okay, so I think this is a good one because it's one of the most interesting developments we've had in The Walking Dead Season 4. Of course, all the way since back from the trailer, the San Diego Comic-Con trailer, where we saw Tyrese and his face after he saw the blood trail and saw what had happened and who it was. It's been a topic of speculation all the way back since then, as soon as people finished seeing the trailer. Originally, most of us thought it was Sasha, but then when we found out that Tyrese was in a relationship with Karen, or is, we kind of, after that, I think most of us, at least I did, started to think, okay, it could definitely be her too. And as it turns out, of course, when you guys saw the episode, it was. So now begs the question, who did it? What's going to happen next? Tyrese is going to want some answers, and are they going to be able to give them to him? I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, this is one that they could probably kind of show us, but the characters in the show may never figure out, or at least not anytime soon, who did it. Because if they do, then Tyrese is going to probably kill them, or try to kill them, depending on who it is, of course. So, who are the most likely suspects here? Well, the first thing you have to look at is motive. Now, any of them, I think, any of the possibilities here that I've made up on this list, do have a motive for wanting to survive, of course, to try to want to kill them in order to make it so the infection does not spread. The people that are possibilities, there's a good number of them. I think the person with the biggest motive, though, may be Sasha, because Tyrese was close to Karen all the way through, right up until the time when she went into cell block A, and him wanting to go visit her, bring her flowers, all that kind of stuff. He was closest to her. Sasha, maybe wanting to protect him, may have gone in there with a mask on and gloves and what have you, and killed the both of them in order to protect Tyrese. So I think that's the first possibility, and it makes a lot of sense because we saw from the sneak peek for next week's episode that she is sick as a dog and looks like she's going to die as well. So she may have become infected when she was so close to Karen, killing her, killing Dave, to try to protect Tyrese. So she is the first possibility, I think, for someone that could have done this. And then that would be interesting too, as what would happen next with Tyrese. What's he going to do? It's his sister. He's not going to kill his sister. So what's he really going to do? He's just going to be angry, but there's nothing he can do, and then she's going to die anyway if it is her. So she's the first possibility. Second, I would have to say, would probably have to be Bob. We've seen in the trailer too, Bob has had blood on his hands and shaking, and he was around when the conversations were taking place of what to do with the infected, and he would have been involved because he's a new character, would have probably been around that area during that time. So he's definitely a possibility, plus he's troubled, and again, that trailer scene with the blood on his hands definitely could fit with what happened to them. And he would also probably keep his mouth shut so nobody would know that it was him and deny. Nobody would have any idea that he was the one that went ahead and did it. So he's another possibility, and if Tyrese finds out that he did it, if he did, I guarantee you that would be interesting to see. I'd have to say Tyrese would probably kill him, and I don't think there's much he'd be able to do to stop him. He kind of seems like a weaker character from what we saw in the premiere, even if he was playing Possum. So, yeah, there's that. Plus, we think, too, he could be a traitor as well. So if he had the opportunity to kill somebody, he may have. They did point out in the first episode that they sort of found him by himself, and that he did not join the group from Woodbury. He was on his own, and they brought him in, basically. So he is another one, too, I'd say is probably the second most likely. On top of that, who else do we have? Well, there's Carl, of course, and Rick did give Carl back his gun, so that's a possibility. How likely is that? Well, I don't know. In the comic books, he has taken down characters before that have been a threat to the group, so it's possible, but not that likely, I think. Not as likely as the first two. In addition to that, there's Lizy, right? She's crazy, we all know that. and Carol did call her weak. So that's a possibility right there. She did have a knife, but how likely, I don't know. She wasn't involved with the whole conversation as it was taking place, and it didn't seem like she was in and around at that time when they were discussing what to do with them, or that she would be out of Carol's sight for very long. Bring us to the next one, Carol. She's a possibility too, because she did put down Ryan, Lizy, and is it Mika or yeah, their father. And she talks about being weak too. So definitely she's another possibility too of somebody that would not hesitate to put them down when she sees that they're becoming ill. So Carol's another possibility. So definitely quite a few here. Herschel, I guess so. I mean, it's possible that he could have. And plus there's that preview with Maggie for the promo for next week's episode where he's kind of like, she said, I won't let you do this. Well, what's he doing? What does he want to do? Could be Herschel that put him down. I mean, that'd be weird, but because he's a man of God and all. But it is possible, I would have to say. So him as well, too. Glenn, I don't think so. Maggie, I don't think so, even though they were in and around there. Daryl, I don't think so. I mean, he pretty much seemed like he was in and around all the time. Doesn't seem like he would have been able to sneak through and have done that at that time. Another could be Rick. Rick could be a possibility. We do know that Tyrese and Rick are going to be fighting pretty soon, but if Rick was to do it, we kind of think that that we would have seen it. So it more seems like Tyrese is going to take out his frustration on Rick. Not that Rick did it, but that they're just going to somehow get into a fight by something that Rick says maybe. So we'll see what happens with that. There's also Dr. S, who could have done it as well too. He was in and around that area. We didn't see him at the end of the episode. We didn't know what he's up to or what he's doing. So he's definitely another possibility as well. So that's about as much as I can narrow it down. I think I mentioned everybody I wanted to. There's a possibility it's somebody else too, and we just don't know. Because there's a lot of new characters that we're just seeing in and around the scenes who are like, who's that, who's that, who's that? We don't know them all. So there's a potential it could be somebody new that we don't know yet, or somebody who I'm not really thinking about, and you guys may not either. So I think we'll find out within the next couple episodes, or see something alluding to the fact of who would have done it, and maybe some tension building between Tyrese and the group as a result. Should be very exciting, and I think one of the more exciting developments of the season. So let me know what you guys think. If you have any more insight or any more theories, let's discuss it in the comments. Please thumb up other people's that you support and you agree with, so we can kind of see what the popular opinion is and who we think is most likely to have killed Karen and David. Very exciting stuff. And of course, another episode this weekend. Can't wait. Anyway, I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace.